Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we are going to talk about the number one marketing channel you are taking for granted, but should not. So the number one search engine in the world is what? It's Google, right?
By far.
By far. Number two, most people don't know this, but it is actually YouTube. And a couple, we've talked about on this podcast a couple episodes about how YouTube is important, and we both are putting more and more resources into YouTube. And look, we're not like Logan Paul, for example. We're not KSI. That's not us.
What's KSI?
Okay, it's okay. Let me
I know Logan Paul.
Yeah. So okay, here's the thing. It's these two YouTube stars, and I have a gut feeling that they're just trying to like create this extravaganza around them. But they both have millions of subscribers, and they hate each other so much. One guy's based in the UK. This is KSI. Used to like stream games and all that. And then you have Logan Paul, who's from the US. And they're going to do a boxing match. It's like a fight, and they've been hyping it up, and there's just so much, like, I don't know, let's just call it like a feeding frenzy going on about it. And they're going to fight, I think, later this month. So right now we're recording this in
September,
yes.
This episode goes live September.
So this fight
21st.
happened. This fight happened already, okay? But like, I actually started watching this. So I'm like, God, what am I doing? Like, I'm like eating, and I ended up watching like an hour worth of footage leading up to it. But anyway, so that just goes to show you that like even I get sucked into their world. YouTube is real. Like when I eat, I used to watch TED Talks, but now instead I just go watch YouTube videos instead, and then see what I can watch for 5 to 10 minutes.
Of Logan Paul and KSI fighting now?
Yeah.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
YouTube's an amazing channel. I recently sent out an email blast, and the subject line was something like, how much search traffic, or how much traffic did I drive to you? Or actually I found the subject line, because technically it's open on my screen, but the subject line was, have I helped you boost your traffic? ? And I kid you not, I got over 1,000 email replies. It was really hard to deal with because I had to go through every single one of the emails. And I even said in the email, I'm like, if I haven't, let me know, and then I'll tell you what you can do to grow your traffic. I didn't realize I was going to spend my whole weekend just responding to emails. I probably spent 11 hours responding to emails, and I'm still not through all of them. It was entertaining. But the funny thing is most of the people, or not most, a large portion of the people who responded back to me, they said, yes, you have. Your YouTube videos, your LinkedIn videos, etc. are amazing. And Eric and I spend so much time and energy on video because it works. It helps you build a deeper connection with people than any other form of content out there. I would say podcasting is number 2, then text-based content is number 3.
Yeah, and what I'll say too, I mean, when I look at, and I agree with that, I think YouTube is number one. Look, I have 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. Neil's, you got like what, 150, 200?
I have no idea.
Something like that, right? So I would say, I mean, based on the types of comments that we're getting on YouTube, it is by far the most engaged. And what people are saying, like, I can actually like relate to that and respond to it. A lot of time when I get comments, it's just a lot of like random stuff. And I love responding to people on this podcast that will like tweet at me, for example. But I would say YouTube is the number one by far the most engaged, and you can see your engagement metrics over time. And you just know that look, YouTube's getting bigger and bigger. That's why Google's putting more and more resources into it. Look, they got YouTube Gaming now. They got all this stuff going on. So it's actually in your best interest to make the most of YouTube. And you can find people, look, I just started my video project like, a year ago. Neil, you've been doing it for about a year or two, right? For YouTube? Yeah. And look, it's paying off for us because like a lot of people, they come through different touch points. Neil talks often about the rule of 7. And oftentimes when leads come in, they say, oh yeah, I watch your YouTube videos. I remember speaking at a conference once, and I walked into the room, and a girl looked at me, and then she's like, oh yeah, I watch all your videos. It's as if she knew me already. So I think that's really powerful, and I think that's just one of the 7 touch points that are going to help you convert more customers.
So if you're going to go on YouTube, there's a few things to know. First is take your content on YouTube, also upload the same videos to LinkedIn and Facebook. Don't just take the YouTube URL and embed it in there. I'm talking about take the video file and re-upload it. By doing that, you'll get way more views, and that way you're not limiting yourself just to YouTube. Secondly, do simple things like include the keywords in your title tag and your description. You can use tools like vidIQ to help you come up with the keywords. And also make sure you upload a transcript. So you can use services like rev.com. I think they charge like $1 for a minute.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And you can end up taking all the content, transcribing it, upload that transcription onto YouTube. And what you'll find is even though they can decipher what the video is about, when you upload the manual transcription, you do better than if you don't upload it. And then you can do the same with both Facebook and LinkedIn. So then that way, when a lot of people don't have their speakers turned on, they can still read while your video is playing.
Yeah, look, YouTube's big. I mean, just thinking about me actually watching this KSI stuff when I thought it was really stupid. There's no way, and I click on it and I get sucked into the rabbit hole. I actually now like I actually watch Ninja, who's the Fortnite player, and you know this guy makes 500 grand plus a month just streaming Fortnite, and I actually watch entire episodes of him playing for 30 to 40 minutes. It's not the best use of my time, but it's actually entertaining. So if like it happens, if I get sucked into it, you can get sucked into it too, which means there is a business in there.
I forgot you love video games.
I do. That's why I watch that stuff.
Have you changed everything to level up yet?
No, I haven't. I will be soon. And you know, we're gonna have our own Twitch channel as well.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what you're changing?
Yeah, so we're gonna be rebranding the Growth Everywhere podcast and the channel to Level Up. And you know, that's basically goes into my history kind of full circle about you know doing esports stuff before esports. So check that out. But beyond that, more benefits for you. We are going to be doing a live event once we hit 1 million downloads a month for this podcast. We will do a live event in Los Angeles. If you want to learn more, go to marketingschool.io/stats. That's with an S. Again, it's going to be in Los Angeles, and we are also going to record it for people that cannot be there. Again, you know, go there, rate, review, subscribe, spread the word around this podcast, get it out there. You'll find out more information on that page, and we will see you tomorrow.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
If you guys haven't checked out the Growth Everywhere podcast, by then we'll be leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, no?
I think so, yeah.
So if you haven't, check it out. My favorite part about it is he interviews tons of entrepreneurs, Eric does, and he gives you all their stats.
Yeah. So stats on stats. Check it out.
I'm like, I want to know everyone's revenue. You know, that's the main reason why I listen to a podcast?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We'll talk about another one you should listen to later. Anyway, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.